Hi friends, family, subscribers, viewers. I wanted to show you my garden, and right now it's in end of July, early August, and it's basically, things are growing well. It's in the middle of the season, and I just wanted to show you my little piece of garden where I basically make some of my food, and it's wild, no, not been sprayed or anything like that, and I'll show you the garden. So let's start here first. That's a tomato plant, or actually 3 of them in there, and I'm gonna basically experiment growing them inside and see if I can get tomatoes in October, November. And then this is my butter lettuces, and they're growing lovely. And this is the first bunch, and then after about a week or 2 I planted another bunch, which is 1 right here, 2 right there, and there's 1 over there on the bottom, 1 over there, and I think I transplanted 1, where else, 1 here too, and 1 here as well. So that's my butter lettuces. Then guys, this is my corn, and I don't eat much corn, but you know, few every week or so at the most when they're in the season, so maybe a couple dozen in a year or whatever. Notice how there's two knobs on one plant. That doesn't always happen, but so you can have about 1 or 2 or so per plant. So there's going to be probably half a dozen on those 4 total combined. And then I have my tomatoes here. This one is again in a pot, and I think this is Campari tomatoes, so they're small but sweet. And I have all kinds of tomatoes in here, like Romas and beef steaks and medium-sized tomatoes. There's some here. And there's some in here. There's a bunch in here. A lot more in there. Right there. Whole whack, big ones here. Over there, over there. There's some there. There's a whole bunch there, and look at this big guy right there. Then you have these right here, those ones. Then you have a bunch in here. Lots of tomatoes. There's gonna be dozens and dozens. Lots of Romas here, Roma tomatoes, and then other tomatoes there. More. And then I wanted to show you guys, this is how I make my fig trees. Notice that other video about a month ago? Well, look at this. Look at this. This is the little stick, the little cutting from a fig tree. And notice how it's already growing. It's only a month old. I just basically cut a 30 centimeter, 12, 14, 16 inch long, and I stuck it in the ground horizontally, 4 inches deep, going along the surface of the ground. And now it's growing lovely. This is going to be a little tree, and you basically keep it inside for the first winter, and eventually you'll have a big tree. And here's another one. You look at this. It's growing. It's growing right there. So you don't need to buy $20, $30, $40 trees. Save your money. Go eat some good figs, and out of your favorite tree, cut a bunch of cuttings and stick in the ground, water them, and off you go. That's how it works, you know. Living things live. And same thing, guys, for the strawberries, you know. Strawberries create these suckers. They basically projectiles or tentacles, whatever you call it. And they basically grow new strawberries. And I just put them in these little pots, and I make sure I make little holes on the bottom so water escapes. And the new strawberries plants are gonna basically be great for next year. They're gonna be they're growing in nice loose soil, and I don't have to buy any plants. Basically just keep it going year after year after year. tomato plants, or tomato fruit, tomato fruits. And these ones are doing so-so. I transplanted these, and some of them will make it, we'll see. But here's more of these strawberries, what I do. And this is what I mean. You see these projectiles, or these tentacles? Well, just stick them into good soil and they'll grow. And I have more here. And that's from mother plants, right? So they'll grow nicely, more there. And the reason why I have them in pots, because that way I can transplant them wherever I like later. Look how big this one's already. And this one. And those are the older plants, and they just need to be weeded a little bit and stuff like that. But they produced a lot of strawberries this year. I had just as much strawberries as I wanted, and I had about a meal a day, and that's about 2.5 to 3 pounds a day. Plus my mom had some, and her partner had some as well. And of course, part of my garden is trees as well. That's the fig tree, and has lovely fruit on it. I just had one fig today, and notice how they have different color already, starting to turn yellowish. Instead of this green, you see the yellow as a contrast, and that will continue, and they will split open eventually. And I wanted to show you also a little bigger baby fig tree. This is a fig tree right here that I planted, a little bit older than the other two, and it's growing nicely. Right there. That's how you do it. That's how I do it, guys. Anyways.